Hey everyone, how you doing? Graham Gardner here. It's been a while. I just wanted to check in. I know I kind of went MIA at the end of the beginning of the year. That's because I had some health concerns, but your boy's back. I'm fully in the seat, and I just want to let you know you can expect to see the same content I've been putting out there on an ongoing basis. I'm fully back to getting this done. Let's go. I recently appeared on the Model FA podcast with my good friend David DeCelle. We chopped it up. We talked about our relationship with David DeCelle and myself, Dan Allison, our other partner through the exchange, and we're all still helping financial advisors do more with their practice, grow more, create more relationships on an ongoing basis. So I hope you enjoy this episode. Check it out. Uh, Please drop a comment if there's anything you'd like to hear about, or just give me a thumbs up to get the motivation going. If you've ever talked to me before, I'm the first person to tell you this stuff's hard. Sitting down and wanting to record something like this versus actually doing it and following through are two completely different things. Completely nervous as I do this content. It's raw, it's unfiltered, but you're seeing me grow in real time. I am doing this to show you that you can do the same exact thing for your practice. So, thank you. If anyone actually tunes in and watches this, I highly appreciate it. You will see this kind of content and a lot more coming from me around things like building more sustainable relationships that you can pull business from, creating content online that makes you an authority, or doesn't make you, but helps demonstrate your expertise and your authority, and then backing that all up with systems that actually allow you to capture information from these efforts, empowering your marketing efforts going forward. So, quick and dirty check in. Thank you. Check out the episode. Your boy out. See ya.
What's up, Model FAs? David DeCelle here, CEO of Model FA and your host of the Model FA podcast. And this episode will be a little bit different. We have one of our OG Model FA teammates that we are highlighting, learning from, and learning about today, our Chief Marketing Officer and my friend, Graham Gardner. What's up, bro? Welcome to the show.
What's going on, Model FAs? Thanks for having me.
Of course. Well, let's rock and roll. So, as I mentioned, you're one of the OGs at Model FA. I've lost track, and I probably should have double checked this before, but I think it's been at least 6, if not 7 years that you've been on the team. You are right outside of Atlanta, Georgia. And I want to spend some time, and before we dive into what you do for Model FA and some of the things that you help our clients with, the story of how you came to Model FA is actually pretty funny. So if you could share, what's your background in marketing? What were some of the roles that you had previous to joining the squad, and how'd you actually stumble across Model FA?
Yeah, so first off, it's awesome to finally be on the show. As you said, I had been around for a while, so I remember when this podcast first launched, and it's just awesome to see the growth and everything you've done with it. I think I produced probably 30-ish podcasts, and you are the most diligent person that really invests in this thing. So it's just awesome to finally be on the show. Uh, Again, my name's Graham. Background wise, I started in marketing with nonprofits, working with government institutions to get funding for local municipality projects. Super compelling stuff. So, believe it or not, when I came to financial services, which is technically like not the most exciting marketing in the world, it felt like a massive upgrade for me in terms of what I talk about. In between those two things, I did work in the software world for about 6 years as a reseller of things like Monday.com, HubSpot, Salesforce. So my marketing background's always been a little bit of mix of implementation of marketing, creation of marketing, and then the systems and processes that need to empower and make that something that's sustainable. But yeah, so how I actually got to Model FA.
I'm so looking forward to this.
Like I said,
Don't judge Graham on this, by the way.
and if you eventually want to do this, reach out. I'm more than happy to meet up with you. But so like I said, I've always been on kind of the tech side and enjoyed technology. And ever since I can remember, I've been messing around with computers and the internet. And years ago, I played this video game where I ran my own version of the video game. I had a server up where people would log in and play. And I probably had like 200 people online at any time, about 1,000 members of the game. This old school game called EverQuest. It's a role playing game, and I kind of just left the server up and didn't really maintain. I just left it up. A lot of people played, but I was kind of over it. And I just started getting all these emails nonstop from this player that was like, "Hey man, this thing's broken," or "When you release a new content." And this guy annoyed me more than anyone ever had. So I sent him a meeting invite. I'm like, "Okay, after work, we're meeting at 7 p.m. We're gonna log in and fix all your stuff." And turns out I was wound up becoming best friends with this guy. And this guy's name was Ryan Mannon, who is like one of the OG Model FA people. If you've been around Model FA for a while, you definitely know Ryan. So, I got on this game, started fixing this stuff for this guy, and turns out that we really liked each other. And we became friends and hung out virtually for years upon years. And then Model FA was looking for a project manager, somebody that could come in and help clients actually take the ideas and strategies that we were helping them formulate and execute on them. And it was a perfect time because I was about to have my son Dean. And it was probably actually 6 years ago next week that I joined Model FA.
Damn. So did you like know what Ryan was doing professionally and like you asked for an opportunity? Did he approach you for an opportunity? And by the way, side note, Ryan, we love you. We miss you. I know you're crushing it still over on your end, albeit with a different company now, but good to hear your name come up. But how'd that like topic get broached to, hey, let's work together?
Yeah, so shout out Ryan Mannon. If you ever had the pleasure of working with Ryan, he is the automation operations genius of this industry. Never met a single person that's just more tuned in to how to make things work. And Ryan is the man. So when I met him at this time, he was in high school. I was like 26 years old or something. He was a senior in high school. His brother was 3 or 4 years older and in college. And so I knew Ryan from when he graduated high school to when he got a job at Hertz and worked his way up as like I don't know if he ever became
their management program or whatever, like enterprise.
Yeah, I don't know if he ever actually like got to that level, but he met a guy that was running a RIA, and this guy very quickly identified through them playing this video game together, like, dude, this guy's got some skills. Like, if he could apply this stuff professionally, what he's doing in this video game. So this video game was like very easy to die in it and very hard to run things. And while everyone's running one character, Ryan's got 56 characters logged in. Like, just what is this man doing? He is a human computer. And so his skill set got identified pretty early on, and he was brought on professionally. And then we were just friends, never broached him about, hey, can I come on to what you guys are doing? He would ask me questions about like when the website was first getting launched, what do I think about things? And I would pass over like, hey, here's what I would do based on what you guys are doing. And I had just joined a new software company, and I was about 2 years in, and I was not looking for a change whatsoever. But, the chance to work with somebody who I highly respected their skill set, it was very hard to pass up.
But such a cool and weird story, bro. And that's coming from someone who doesn't play video games. So for people who do play video games, they're like, no, that's normal. You hang out with people online all the time. And I'm like, I don't get it.
Normal now, I think. I think that like 15-ish years ago, I'm not sure how normal that was.
That's funny. So walk us through, as the chief marketing officer, I would say that obviously you're helping, Model FA with some of the things that we're doing at the firm level, but also I would say the majority of your time is spent serving our fractional CMO clients, our agency clients, where we're implementing tactical work. Walk us through sort of kind of your day to day. What are some of the things that you're helping our clients with?
Yeah. So as you mentioned, I get plugged in at the firm level as a fractional chief marketing officer. I serve as this fractional chief marketing officer currently for it's about 8 clients that in that role. We also provide other marketing services, but that's to me like why I'm here at Model FA to go and do that. And I
And
very
those, just for clarity, sorry to interject, but like when we say fractional, chief marketing officer with 8 firms, like those are very, very deep, very intimate relationships where we're essentially an extension of their team. But then, sometimes people have their strategy dialed in, but they need help with the tactical implementation. And, we work with a bunch of those folks as well. But just to help clarify for the folks listening, these are typically, billion-dollar plus firms, all the way down to, a few hundred million as well, if of course they're willing to invest substantially in their marketing beyond just some of the tactical one-off items. So again, apologies for interjecting, but wanted to clarify.
Yeah, or even Derek DeLomo with Tremonte Financial, a OG Model FA client. I think when he first started with Model FA, it's something like 40 million under management. He's now maybe around the 90, 100 mark. But there have been people that have invested in the chief fractional marketing officer program that are well below that mark because they see where they want to go and they get the vision. But going back to the original question, so I very much view myself almost in a way as if I'm a employee of these teams almost before Model FA because of how ingrained I am with their teams, my focus every day. I'm checking client work before I ever even think about like, does Model FA's website need an update? That's obviously something I am concerned about, keeping Model FA's corporate level marketing going. But I'm fully ingrained with these teams. We come in at a strategy level, help them figure out what should they be doing, more importantly, what shouldn't they be doing, and then double down on those things that can, I always say that there's probably 50 marketing efforts that we could identify on this call right now, and all 50 could go get you 10 clients this year. Let's figure out the 3 or 4 that are going to get you 80 or 100 clients. Let's do things really well. Let's systematize those things before we add something on, because we saw a short on Instagram talking about some marketing tactic. And if you're not doing this, you're missing out. I know you've heard me say this. We are not selling t-shirts. We are selling very deep relationships with people around a very intimate topic, their finances. So how we advise clients on building relationships with their target base is something that requires taking most of the tactics that are out there and throwing them to the side because they're honestly just distractions.
And what, speaking of tactics, to not go through 50, of course, let's go through like the core that you're helping, implement for our clients, or at least overseeing the implementation of.
Yeah. So I am very bullish on the idea that you need a core piece of content that you are producing on a regular basis, a long form piece of content. And then we break that down to service the other areas of your marketing. So this podcast right here is a fantastic example. It's recorded in video, available on YouTube. That video allows us to chop up multiple shorts. We're able to spin out ideas just from you holding this podcast and talking to people. You get ingrained into the different areas of what's going on. But more importantly, you're able to start building a persona. You're able to start branding yourself out there. So I very much believe that whatever you're doing today, You should find one long form piece of content that you believe in, that you have enough passion to consistently do, and start just doing it as much as you can. From there, the very obvious things will start pointing themselves out that you need. Hey, I've been doing a podcast, we're getting views, but nobody's reaching out for a meeting. Okay, well, we have the top of the funnel there with the podcast. You want the meeting at the bottom of the funnel. We need to start building this middle of the funnel. That's going to include things like lead magnet downloads. If they download a lead magnet, we need to stay in front of them via emails. So it's like logically connecting all those dots. I should have prepared it today, but I have a very confusing graphic that I love to share with prospects that everybody's eyes go sideways, even mine when you look at it. But it's to show the complexity of marketing and how intertwined all these touch points are. There's a number that constantly gets thrown out, and you'll see a range of this number, but it takes somewhere between 18 to 30 touch points from a cold prospect first, having their very first interaction with you, all the way to when they're willing to book a meeting with you. So we need to make sure that the tactics that we're implementing help advance that relationship through those touch points. If you're investing your time in something that isn't one of those touch points, you're essentially just doing marketing for the sake of feeling better and say, well, yeah, we're on TikTok Shop, or like whatever thing you saw on a short saying you need to be doing this to get clients today.
Well, it's always funny too when I'm chatting with prospects of ours, and they ask, what's the best marketing tactic, like what's going to generate leads, and I'll share an example with them and say, okay, well, let's say you have a podcast. Let's say you chop that up into short form content. Let's say you turn that podcast into a blog. Let's say you have a lead magnet, you have an email campaign, you have a great website, because we do website development as well. And let's say, hypothetically, a client of yours refers someone to you, doesn't introduce you, but they refer someone to you. Maybe they share a podcast or a short form piece of content, and they consume that, they like it. So then they go to their website. Maybe they download a lead magnet. They end up in the email funnel. They listen to another podcast or watch another video. And then finally that client introduces them, or they reach out to the advisor proactively. It's like, what gets the credit? It's the marketing strategy. It's everything that's going on. So oftentimes people are looking for that silver bullet. And I guess I'll stay on the bullet reference. You need all the calibers, because you never know what you're gonna need and what's gonna resonate with someone. And it's just always interesting to me when someone is looking for like that one thing. It's like, no, it's all of it, right? Everything needs to be symbiotic.
Yeah, I believe you need all of it, and I believe that the stuff that I provide for clients almost is the ancillary to the silver bullet that you provide. I really do think that if you just say, hey, I don't truly care about the marketing whatsoever, I want leads today. The only way to do that in our industry are through the things you coach on, referrals and the headliner marketing. Other than that, if you just want, hey, I want 10 leads this month, you go buy them. But if you want to invest in a systemized approach that not only allows you to start getting organic leads, also allows you to eventually put paid marketing behind it, so that when you do run ads, you have more than just an ad and a landing page out there. And then most importantly, so that you have the authority when either that person from the headliner list or that person from your referral sequence comes and finally researches you on your own, you look freaking legit. You've got a nice website. You've got a show. I don't even want to say podcast, because that infers that it's just audio. Let's just say show. That could be audio or video. You've got a show out there letting them start to know your personality. You've got a blog. You've got all the things. They start to get to know you before that first intro call.
Mm-hmm. Before we start to wrap up, share, because I know you work with some other industries outside of Model FA that you're passionate about, that you do alongside all the work that you do for Model FA and Model FA clients. So share an example of a different type of company and industry that you work in, and how you're able to take what you've learned and apply it to our industry.
Yeah, so anyone that has ever been on a phone call with me in the past 8 years, unfortunately, has to listen to me talk about jiu-jitsu. I am very, very dedicated to going and rolling jiu-jitsu. It's not only something that gives me a lot of joy from like a physical perspective, but I go and roll every single day because of the social connection it gives me. It allows me to be connected to so many different business owners and really high-end professionals, because it's a very weird sport that attracts either the guy that's going to beat you up outside of a CVS or the local physician, so I
or even my pastor.
yeah,
You guys connected. It's like, what?
we've had a bunch of clients that I've talked to throughout the years. Turns out that they roll, but I spent a lot of my time up at a jiu-jitsu gym, and through doing that, I've worked with a bunch of different industries, but I like to share how I helped this specific jiu-jitsu gym with a problem they had. So I'm sure everybody's seen that you can check into places online, whether it be through Google or Facebook, and that's a very big part of the local search traffic for this gym. And all of a sudden, one day, this guy Paul Creighton's like, "Hey, nobody can check into this place." So he permissioned me to his Google and everything, and David, I spent probably 50 hours trying to fix this weird bug that he had, to the point where it'd be like 3 a.m. I live 2 miles from the place. I would drive up there real fast to see if I could check in. And it opened my eyes to, oh, wow, there is a whole different style of marketing that we as financial advisors don't do whatsoever. The local search. A lot of advisors, like they like to pick a niche, which is great. Hey, I work with physicians. Well, I can help physicians anywhere. But what we've learned over the past 2 years with local traffic is that you can really get dialed into your own market. You can build an audience through your own market and through local search. And so that is something that we've taken from helping other industries and applied over to the financial advisory market, is this local search. And we probably have 6 or 7 different examples of how, by working in different industries, we've picked up on tactics and things that we could either implement, or even going back to my earlier comment, there's things that I've seen working with a local roofing company specifically that they were doing really well. And it made it click for me of like, why are we doing that whatsoever? Like, that does not match what we are trying to achieve. We are trying to build authority and relationships with people. We're not just trying to come in for a quick hitter roof inspection. So taking those tactics that work and don't work, eating a little bit of my own dog food there.
Love it. Well, before we wrap up, the last question I have is, and I'm going to put you on the spot for accountability, because by the time this episode releases, your new marketing course inside of the exchange will be live. And if that's the first time you've heard the word exchange before from us, if you go to school.com, SKOOL, school.com/exchange, it's our community where we have a bunch of different coaches, consultants, and other folks that serve advisors, contributing their courses, their IP, their conversation, and it all lives inside the exchange. So you can go and check that out. But Graham, what are you cooking up on your end?
Yep, we've got 3 courses dropping, 2 immediately, and then 1 as a follow-up. It's going to be, how do you actually identify the market that you should be talking to? How do you identify your niche? How do you create a repeatable marketing plan? And then going back to what we just talked about, the 3rd course is going to be how to start establishing your local search presence and get found on Google search. And I appreciate that accountability note, David. This course, by the time this launches, will be available. And I'd also say, if you're listening, shoot me an email, graham@modelfa.com. I am happy to get on a call with anyone, spend an hour talking about what your marketing strategy is and what you should be focused on. You will need to tactically go implement those things or engage with Model FA at a level to actually take it beyond that call. But I'm more than happy to spend time with anyone figuring out what your business should be focused on.
Love it. Graham, as we finalize this and put a bow on it, I just wanted to pause and say thank you. A few years ago when I took over Model FA and had no idea what it would be, how I would do, and really what life would look like. You stuck by my side that entire time. You trusted in me. You trusted in the vision, even though there was a lot of uncertainty. And we've both been fortunate to grow this to something significant and something that helps a lot of people. But you also had to have some blind faith during the initial months and first year, and there was a lot of trust that you had to have in me. And you stuck by my side every step along the way, and that's just something that I'm extremely grateful for. And you've over that time period have transitioned from being a teammate to a brother and a very good friend. And that's something I really appreciate.
Well, I'm saying this as my skin's tingling because I honestly believe this. I was telling Jen last night, my wife Jennifer, you've not only been a great person to work with, there's no person in this world getting choked up. No person in this world.
Well, after this podcast, we're both going to take an estrogen blocker so we can.
Oh, no, I just looked at too much this morning, so the testosterone's crashing. No, there's no person that has invested more in me than David DeCelle. Not only as a friend, but as somebody that did not need to empower me. I am further along in life than I think I could have achieved on my own without you. And if there's anyone out there that's looking for somebody to hold them accountable and to help them achieve everything that they know they're capable of achieving, yet they just seem to get in their own way, talk to David, because that's always been me. I'm great at helping clients achieve what they want. I use all my energy on that. And then I have consistently kind of just not held myself to the accountability standards. And David holds me more accountable than anyone in this world. I am so grateful that you've allowed me to come along for the ride. I have no plans on ever getting off the ride. Not saying that we always see eye to eye, and that's probably a proof of where our relationship is at, is that we've been able to have tough conversations and we walk away from it like, cool, have a great weekend, dog. Like no hard feelings at all. So you are the man.
Appreciate it. Well, we're going to go get some tissues and estrogen blockers, and we'll be doing some push-ups and Jiu Jitsu and getting our act back together now that we've gotten that out of our systems. But hopefully you can tell in our voices and our eyes that was a sincere moment. But anywho, thank you for listening to the show. Graham, if someone wants to follow along with your journey and keep tabs on you and see what you're up to, where's the best place for them to go?
Yeah, you can email me, graham@modelfa.com. You can follow me on YouTube at Graham Gardner Live. It's something that I invested in starting last year. Got about 10 videos up. As I launch this course, I fully plan on getting re-involved in YouTube. Not to share too much, but I had some health issues pop up mid-year last year. I started a season out with some epilepsy, so I had to get my life in order with some things, and I'm at a place where I'm going to start back up on YouTube. Not trying to sell anything out there. I just want to help financial advisors better invest in their marketing.
Sweet.
And then in the show notes, obviously, there'll be my full contact info. Or you just message David.
Well, I appreciate it. If you haven't yet checked out our new website, go to modelfa.com. Check out school, again, skool.com/exchange. If you want to see what's going on in that community. We have, I think it's over 670, 680 members, something like that. So we appreciate you all tuning in. We're grateful for all of our regular listeners, our new listeners, and Graham, I'm grateful for you. So with that said, thanks for tuning in, and Graham, I'll bust your chops on our next team call.
Thanks, Model FA.
See ya.